Alright, y'all, for the second episode of Setup Reactions, we've got Ashton, who is 14, rocking a single monitor setup. It's really minimalistic, and all the colors really do, complement each other. But he has a HyperX Quadcast with a RK61 and milky yellow switches, with a Logitech G Pro X Superlight, a HyperX quad-core wireless, and an Asus 23.8-inch 60Hz monitor. So overall, really good specs I would probably consider this more of a budget setup, but the specs are still really good and everything still does complement one another. I would just say add a lot more personality. And then for the nighttime version of the setup, it's really clean. Everything really does pop out. But I would probably recommend adding a little bit more RGB to the back of the monitor, honestly, to give it some depth. And then the PC has a GTX 970 and an Intel i5-10500. So overall, really good budget setup. I would honestly probably give this setup a solid 6 out of 10. It's got a really good foundation. Just keep building up and adding personality on it. But yeah, just don't forget to add RGB onto the back of the monitor for some extra depth, and probably add some more personality in the wall. But yeah. Alright, so next up we got Thomas, who is 13 years old, rocking another single monitor setup. Overall, really good. It just looks really simple and clean. Nothing's really going on, but he's rocking an Asus VG27V 165Hz monitor with an RK61, a Razer Viper Mini, and an Alt Customs mousepad, my bad. So overall, really good. This setup is not budget, but it's not crazy, y'all know what I mean? This is his bigger picture. This is his L desk, so overall a lot of open space. His budget laptop over there is rocking an RTX 2060 with an i7 9th gen processor and a 256 gig SSD. So overall, really good specs for this setup. I would probably honestly give this setup a 7 out of 10. It's just clean, and everything's where it's supposed to be. The only thing I would say is add some personality onto the wall, and yeah, you're good. But honestly, yeah, probably 7 out of 10. Just the setup is overall really clean, but I would recommend upgrading the laptop. Alright, so next up I got my boy Andrew, and he's 15 years old, rocking the insane setup. Man, this setup's got vibes, bro. I'm not even playing with y'all. This setup got vibes. He's rocking a 144Hz monitor with a Womir K66 V2 and a G Pro Superlight from Logitech. So really good setup. I love how everything complements each other. And man, this is just a vibe, bro. If I came home from a long day of school, this is where I want to be. This place a vibe. Everything really complements each other in every way. The sign on the wall really complements the glowing lights and whatnot, and just the overall aesthetic of the wall. I love how the monitors are in the perfect position. But the PC over here, rocking the Ryzen 5 3600 with the RTX 2080. Is a beast, bro. This thing is clean. Now you do have a lot of upgrading to do for this PC. I would probably recommend upgrading the processor. I mean, the processor is the only low-end thing on this build, which is crazy, because for my PC, it's all complete budget. But anyway, back to the setup. So overall, really clean. I would just recommend upgrading the processor. His cable management is definitely neat. I would recommend upgrading those 2 wires to the light. Not upgrading, but putting them away. So tape them under your desk, or buy J-channel raceways or something. But just something to clean up the overall setup. But overall, this is a killer setup. I love it. This is the setup I will want to have. I would honestly probably give the setup a 9 out of 10. I feel if that weird thing on your main monitor wasn't there, and the cable management was fixed, and there was some RGB down there, I'd probably give it a 10. But overall, amazing setup by Andrew. Next up, for the last setup of the day, we got Speedo rocking in with the nice little dual monitor setup. Nothing too crazy, but his setup is his PC's rocking a Radeon RX 6650 XT graphics card, as well as an Intel i5-11400F. So pretty budget setups. If y'all want to read them more, you can just pause the video. But ultimately budget, bro. I'm not even gonna lie, this complete budget, which is not bad. Budget is how you start off. But honestly, I would clean up the walls a little bit, add more depth into it, and probably put more RGB in the back of the monitors, and upgrade that mouse pad, and then also upgrade the keyboard and mouse. I don't know what that is, bro, but overall, I'd probably give the setup a 5 out of 10. But overall, really killer setup by Speedo, and thanks for submitting.